Have you ready?
All right, so welcome back to another episode of Movie Reviews and More. I'm your co-host, Katerina Cozias, here together with the host, Brian Sebastian. And today I am super excited because my good friend and co-author, Danielle Martins, all the way from Portugal, is our special guest today. So Danielle, thank you for being on the program.
Thank you. Thank you so much for the invitation. It's a pleasure for me to be here with you guys.
Absolutely. Brian, we got the international thing going on today.
Hey, I love it. You know, it's been happening almost every day now. Hey, Danielle, I want to thank you for always liking all the stuff that we always do. I watch it and pay attention to the things that you're doing.
Thank you. You're welcome. Yeah. You guys always put very good material out there. There is no way to not collaborate, not support you guys.
Aw, thank you. Cool. So for those of you at home that don't know, you might know if you follow Movie Reviews and More, I had written a book a few years ago called Rising Up from Mental Slavery, How to Unleash Your Infinite Potential. And I wrote it with Danielle. And part of the reason we wrote this book was we had met in a mastermind, an online mastermind, kind of working really consciously on personal development, transformation, an elevation of consciousness, an elevation of our frequency. And we realized that we were two women from different parts of the world with different backgrounds that were living the same experience. And the experience that we realized we were living was, it is absolutely in our power as human beings to get into the heart space and the mental space and really recognize that the reality that we see is shaped by the perception that we have from within. And when Danielle and I both collectively realized that, we were like, holy shit, there's a whole lot we can do to actually create our reality rather than just be victims of it. And we were like, we gotta write a book. And so we did.
Yeah, this is true. And one of the things that I would like to highlight here is that how much the mindset is important in this time we are facing right now with this COVID thing, because when you choose consciously to be in a position of see things from a perspective of being calm, of being, of just observe the situation, things happen, good things happen. There's a lot of things, although the scenario is very difficult. I cannot imagine even for the healthcare people that are in the front line of the combat. But for example, for us, that our job is just to be at home, just to make sure that we protect ourselves, we protect other people. There is so much things that we have to be grateful for. We can be grateful for our family here with us every day. We can see them every day, can kiss them every day. So the position you assume, the perspective you assume in this situation, I think that plays most of the role in the way you see the what's going on in the world, and what's the use of us to lose our control, lose our mind when other people also need us. I am much more useful for anyone, for my family, for my friends, for my society, if I remain calm and doing my best to help them.
Danielle, how are you feeling personally with everything that's going around where you are? What's your feeling like?
This is fun because a few weeks ago, I was invited to give a testimonial in a documentary that is being produced in Brazil. And the question was exactly like this, like yours. And what I told you was basically that I never panicked or freaked out about the situation. At first, I was shocked, with all the news, with all the deaths happening, but I never lost my mind. It's like there's a friend of mine that she says that the fear is like you walking through a dark room. At first, you stop and wait. Few seconds later, your eyes start to become used to the lower visibility, and then you will start to see the shapes and the things, and you can walk through that dark room without stumbling in everything. And since from the beginning, my attitude was to observe, observe the news, observe what's going on at my local community. I cannot say to you that it was shocking to see my friends having to close their businesses because they have a small business and the government demanded to shut down. But as I said, I was always in a position of observe and wait. What's next? I kept calm every day. I kept doing my best to being adapted to the new routine. For me, as I told you, the most important for me is knowing that I am good. My family is well, safe and sound here next to me, and the rest we can always fix. We can always make things work out. That's my feeling. But of course, I am always how can I say? I cannot imagine for someone who is facing the situation every day in the first person, a doctor, a nurse, a healthcare person. I understand that from a point of perspective, my view of the problem can be different from theirs because I am not living what they are living right now, the situations, but my position was always that I need to be good. I need to be calm, to remain in a good state of mind. So I have young children. I have a young son. I need to be good for him and for my husband and for everything I'm doing. I still kept working a lot. Indeed, I'm busier right now than I was before.
Well, that's good. You're supposed to be. Good for you.
Yeah. And my focus was always in keep working, keep doing my stuff, and serving. Did a lot of donations during this time, helped friends, and that's it.
I wish I had your book that you both wrote here, but it's still relevant.
There it is.
Good.
Yay.
Well, let me tell you why I enjoy it, because it's still relevant to what's going on, but I enjoyed it before this is happening. But it's always good to go and just flip through the pages. I want to say it's on like 384 or something like that. One of the pages always stands out to me that you guys were talking about, and it was just basically going back to the mindset, being that mindset. You can be the American media mindset hand, but at the same time, a lot of people are losing their mind, and it's unfortunate. So I'm getting all these phone calls from around the world, and it's very sad. My heart goes out to a lot of my friends out there. Some of them I can help, a lot of them that I can't. And, all I can do is just say, hey, if you can find this book, if you can find this, if you can go out underneath the tree, if you can go over near the ocean and just ground yourself, that's the best that you can do in that moment. Because a lot of people are living literally 15 minutes to 15 minutes, and that's not good.
Yeah, and I think just to piggyback on what you just said, Brian, and we talk about this in our book with Danielle, part of it is our mind wants to escape us, and it goes into fear when it projects forward and it doesn't know what forward is going to bring. So what I've been really working on personally, and for you at home, something that's been helping me is just, Eckhart Tolle's, come back to the now. Right this second, look around, right? What is the problem right this moment? There is no problem, right? And so the more we can ground, as Danielle was saying, into gratitude, and as you were saying, Brian, the more we can just find a space where we feel connected to nature, to the earth, to the present moment, I think that just relaxes the nervous system, it relaxes the spirit, and then we go, oh, okay. Because like Danielle was saying, the chaos just is coming. And we don't know what's going to come tomorrow or the next day. So why project fear into a reality that may not ever come?
Yeah.
Well,
absolutely.
yeah. It's one of those things where even when I go outside the patio, because there's so much stuff going on, and I'm in the house by myself, so there's so much going on that I actually will go out and I'll start playing in in the yard, and I'm digging up things right now because, you know, digging up with earth, just using your hands, just being creative allows you just to get outside the four walls. And I have to get outside the four walls or else I can't think. So literally, once I go out into the sun, I need sun. Katerina needs the beach. I don't know what you need, but it's one of those things where it just starts coming to me, and then I go back in and I start working again. But it is but consistently 7 days a week when you're just the only one there. And I don't get lonely. I enjoy my alone time because I don't get I'm going out. I'm around so many people. So all of a sudden I have their energy around. I'm like, okay, this is a little bit too much sometimes. And that's why I like to retreat back to the house.
I've got a question for you, Danielle, on that, Brian, because you were talking about being alone. A lot of people right now with the quarantine are stuck with their families, and a lot of their families. So you have a son, Danielle. How is he dealing with this for the parents out there? You know, this isolation from other kids, no school,
yeah, absolutely. And what I was telling you is that by remaining calm myself, he is not aware of the panicking that is you know, taking care of people's mind out there, because I never stated here at home, oh my God, I am home, I cannot go out, I'm going crazy, you know. I think that lot of his state of being, you know, his peace of mind comes from what he sees, you know. If I panicked out, I am sure that he would panic, you know, freak out also. But it's not a question, guys, that it's not about ignoring what's going on, because I see the news every day. For example, I have lots of friends in Spain, and it was one of the most castigated countries in the world, you know, at least here in Europe. And I was really worried for them. But once again, what would be the use of me being freaking out about everything and not being in a position of even offer a comfort word for them? You know, I think that it's a question of perspective. How do you want to your role to be in every situation? And I choose to be a person of peace. You don't come to me to freak out, you know. No. I have lots of things to be grateful for, and I think that if each and everyone take this responsibility of also look at your life and see what are you grateful for, you'll see that there will be more than enough for you to be grateful for. And in this state of calmness, you can help people, you can help spread good feelings and good, you know, that this is a state of mind, I think, attitude, but of course it's a mindset.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm wearing, you can't see, but I'm wearing my Grateful Gratitude shirts. So it reminds me of the things that you do have to be grateful and show gratitude to it. And it is really important, you know. And if I remember correctly, you guys talk about that too in the book someplace.
Yeah, we talk about, yeah, definitely. Because it puts you in a vibration. I believe a lot in the universe, you know. I know that some people might think, oh, woo, woo, rah, rah. No. But really, if you take care of your energy, with the energy, the signals you broadcast to the universe, you know, you also in a psychological way, you keep your mind open to the possibilities, to the opportunities, you know. You, instead of filling your mind with problems, with, you know, whatever, you keep your mind calm, centered, and open to see possibility and even create opportunities that were not there before the storm. And everything shall to pass, like everything in humanity. I don't know when it will be over, but as long as I can, I choose to be positive. I cannot, you know, not ignoring the situation, but it's my position. I choose to be positive.
100%. Yeah. See why I wrote a book with her? Because she's so wise.
I do see why. I mean, I'm smiling at her just listening to her.
Thank you.
Hey, so what have you been working on now?
Now, I am also doing my work at a company I work for. I also closed, I don't know how to say it in English, but I am in a partnership with Hasmark Publishing International. It's a publishing house, works all over the globe. And we are expanding our reach, and I am collaborating with them. I am mentoring new authors, and it has been very good so far.
Amazing.
Meeting new people. Thank you.
I got an important question to ask you. So, when you saw the Americans running out to the supermarket for toilet paper, what was your first thought?
Crazy. Oh my God. I thought this is so real.
The funny thing is I'm almost out of toilet paper now. I've got like 3 rolls left, and I was laughing at myself yesterday, and I thought this toilet paper thing was crazy.
Yeah.
Well, what's crazy is you still can't get Lysol. I mean, that's been important to me for years. Lysol, Febreze, and hand wipes. And there's Lysol. It's like driving me nuts. I have to have Lysol. I'm used to spray. Danielle, I'm the cleanest black guy that you would probably ever. I have to always have Lysol and Febreze, and I'm always wiping down stuff because I like to have a clean house. My house, well, it's not my house anymore, but it used to be my house. It's very clean. I get up, I just clean the cat boxes, and that's pretty much it. And I have to dust because I'm in Vegas. It's the desert still. But I miss that. You can't get Lysol's driving me nuts.
Crazy. Yeah. Because regarding to the toilet papers, at the very beginning, what I recalled to talking with my husband was perhaps people were running for the supermarket to stock toilet paper, because I don't know, I think they were thinking like, oh my God, I'm going to have my whole family at home at the same time. Perhaps I need to have a backup.
The essentials are toilet paper and Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
It's funny. And Katerina, I think you remember I told you, someone gave me at a gifting suite, I went to the office, a pack of 48 what was it, environmentally friendly green toilet paper. Remember I told you about that? And I kept
Oh yeah.
And I was like, well, what am I gonna do with this? And they had tons of it. I'm like, okay. You were trying to give me a bunch. I'm like, okay. So I gave what I could to as many, and then I kept the rest in storage. Little did I know, half later we were gonna need a lot of toilet paper. I still have just a little bit of that left. Who would have known?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Danielle, are you guys in Europe right now? Are you guys opening up for the summer? Does it feel like there's going to be some tourism? What's the general vibe over there?
At this very moment, the government is totally focused in reopen the economy. So it has already opened the small businesses. They are opening the biggest stores, or the industry also. And about the summer, they are thinking, yes, in reopening the beach for the summer, but I'm not sure yet about the strategy. If they they want to limit the access to the beach, but I don't know how to say how they would do this, because I saw that abroad there are people with tickets for going to pre-reservation for going to the beach. Here they haven't talked about this yet. I don't know how will be the strategy, but they are thinking about putting the how do you say, the sun, the umbrellas, yeah, with 2 meters, 2 or 3 meters far from each other, and they hope that this works. I don't know yet, because they didn't come with a final solution. Let's see. Yeah. But my main concern is really to reopen the economy. Yeah, economy. sorry. But they started to open again the schools. You know, my son is still being home, watching the classes from home, because the government has opened a TV broadcast that they own only to broadcast the classes, and the smaller children will be at home. But the oldest one started this week to go back to the school, and let's see how it works, because they are doing tests. As they said, if it doesn't work, we close again, you know. Let's wait.
My sister lives in Switzerland, and her kids, you know, obviously everyone has been home, but they're going to be officially opening the schools again for the month of June. So they're back. I know all the schools in America are staying closed for the rest of the school year. So I think it just depends on every country, how they're sort of feeling and seeing, and
Yeah, the numbers will tell if they are in the good path or not. They as they say, we take the decisions, we implement them, and then we see the results. If it's not positive, lockdown again, and let's see it again.
Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Can you talk about how you two actually met? What was it that made you guys decide to write a book together?
Yeah, it was basically what Katerina told, that we were participating in a mastermind group, and we noticed that both of us and everyone was keeping themselves, holding back from doing what they wanted because of limiting beliefs. And we were studying the mind subjects of paradigms of limiting beliefs, and why not to share what we know?
Yeah, you know, I think the more,
because I can see you guys just like meeting in the middle of the room or something like that, and all of a sudden we should write a book together. That's in my mind. No, that's how I see it in my mind. I can just see it happening like that.
Well, and I think that's the thing, is when you meet, you know, like-minded people, you can kind of tell right away. Like, you know, the work I do in the media is I always tell people, when you meet someone subconsciously, within the first 2 seconds, there's 4 things that cross your mind. So you're categorizing somebody within the first 2 seconds. And what's going through your mind is, number 1, is this a friend? Is this somebody that I'm going to like, that I want to do business with, that I want to create a friendship with, that I want to partner with? Number 2, is this a foe? Is this somebody that I need to be scared of? Am I being threatened? Am I in danger? Right? You're sizing people up. The third one is this person a potential sexual partner? Right? The first thing I do when I meet someone subconsciously is you're going, do I want to sleep with that person? You know, and then number 4 is, am I just really indifferent? And, you know, what I advise my clients to do when you meet someone is you want to project the energy, going back to what Danielle was saying, that gives off the impression that you're a friend. Because if you can get them believing you're a friend, they will be more willing to trust you, to partner with you, to invest in you, to support you. And so when you're vibing at that same level of frequency and energy, you can kind of pick out, oh, you're on my same level. You know, somebody that's miserable and depressed and angry, you know, you're kind of going, I'm repelled by you, and you haven't even said anything but hi, but the vibration you're giving off is kind of going, oh, hi, I'm going to go get a drink now. You know, so when Danielle and I met, even though it was online, we were like, oh my God, this is amazing. So,
Yeah.
Well, okay, so Danielle, here's the not normal black guy in me again. So, just said the first 4 things. The first thing I'm thinking of is, I know what I want to do with this person, but that person has no idea what I want to do to help that person. That's the thing I'm thinking of. And the second thing is, okay, this is what I want to do right away. And then I have to wait for that person, because it goes back to what Katerina just says. They're thinking like, okay, this black guy could be a predator now, but they're not thinking like, no, I really want to help this person because I see potential in them that they may not see in themselves. So I see differently. And that's how I did. So I choose the people that I want to pick up. And a lot of times, like, you know, the last person that was Jessica Helm, who came to our workshop when we were speaking in Tennessee. She would happen to be there. She ended up giving us a ride. And then I said, I'm going to utilize you. And almost a year later, I started utilizing. And then, you know, she became on the #1 show that we did in the last 55 shows that we've done. These things.
Wow.
But a lot of times the time has to just go on to see how everything's going to unfold. And I can only imagine what Katerina was thinking when we met.
I was like, who is this guy?
But I saw her picture on the wall at a radio station that, you know, and I'm like, I know I can help this woman. I know exactly what to do with this woman. It was just a picture.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we've been working together ever since. I love it, you know. So I think, like Danielle was saying, you know, the more you're in a good vibration, the more you're open to inspiration, and you have room in your mind for the downloads, for the hunches, for spirit to guide you. And I think there's a lot to be said for that. You know, whether it was Lao Tzu or Buddha or Jesus or Mohammed, I mean, everyone has been guided by something. And I think that's what keeps the human experience human. And, you know, when we're bogged down by fear and negative emotions like anxiety and stress and anger and frustration, we're closed off to the limitless possibilities. So I 100% agree.
Yeah.
So what do you hope to have happen? What do you see? Let's say, you know, we're going into June. So the month of June, what would you like to have happen? Because I know what I would like to have happen. Danielle, you first.
I think that my desire is the same as everyone. I wish this can come to an end as soon as possible, although I don't believe it will be that easy. But I would like to people to have their normal lives, you know, at least. But in what I wish, truly wish, is that humanity can't come out with this without learning something. You know, I think that it came to connect us more with our friends, with our families, making a deeper human connection. So, okay, in June, let's see that the world becomes better and everything reopens and we can go. We are in this process right now. We are coming back step by step to the normality. But my main hope is that the human connection can be stronger from this point on. You know, we were very lost in process, in working in dynamics, you know, and we were forgetting to watering friendships, to connect more with our families, you know. Technology came for connecting people. We are here in different places in the globe, and we are still having a conversation. Why not doing this more? Why not to you know, give more love for the people? And this is my really hope also. So they're going out, okay, they're going back to the normal, although I don't believe there will be a normal again. I think that everything is going to be different, but I would like that human being could learn more from human connection from this point on. This is what I can tell I was craving for, you know. Spending the whole day here with my son, for me, was blessing, because he was growing up all day long in the school. And as a mother, I was concerned in not having enough time to see him grow, to participate more in his routines, to be more present for him, you know. And I hope that a lot of things change for the good from now.
See, I like that. Katerina, she just reminded me why I started practicing Buddhism, because for me, I believe in world peace. These are my prayers twice a day that I have to say for the remainder of my life. And I've been doing it for what, 32 years now? You just reminded me why I believed in world peace. And it took me 16 years to believe in that. That's a long time. So thank you for that, because we all need to be reminded why we're doing certain things. So Katerina, we got about 3 minutes. What would you want to see the month of June go on?
Yeah, I think that was a really great question. And I love what Danielle said. I think it's a really fabulous time for parents to be able to be the influence on their child's life that they were always supposed to be, you know, and not just farm your kids out to a school and to an indoctrination of a system that is, in my opinion, so antiquated. We haven't changed the way we school our children for almost 200 years, you know, and For me personally, I think, just to echo what Danielle said, I'd really love to see this thing be lifted more, because I think there's too many people that have been living the last 3 months in a lot of fear. And of course, that's understandable, with the businesses closing and, the actual healthcare scare and all of this. And so I would love to see that open up. I would also love to see people take this pause as, a gift that it has been. And again, that's where I go back to perspective that I was talking about at the beginning. We can choose to see it as the worst thing that could have happened, or we can choose to see it as, these are the gifts that it gave me. And, people like Danielle, people like yourself, you look at the perspective that is going to benefit you in the moment. So I think my last words to everybody watching would just be, when you catch a thought, right? We talk about this in our book, Awareness. You're running subconsciously until you become aware consciously of what you're thinking. And no thought is bad, whether you're mad, whether you're scared, whether you're shameful, whether you're happy. The emotion is the emotion. What you get to choose is what you then want to do with that emotion, and how you get to decide, is this thought benefiting me, right? If you can catch it and it's not benefiting you, then you have the opportunity to change it. And so going into June, July, August, I think if people can choose to see, what can I be grateful for? What can I be excited about? What can I help with? Right? A lot of times we internalize fear because we're so concerned about self. Well, how about we look at the neighbor who is really suffering? And when we redirect that and be of service, which both of you are, then you really actually, again, open up your container. Literally, the geometry of self opens up and becomes receptive. So I would just love to see people step forward with a little bit more faith, a little bit more enthusiasm, a little bit more excitement, and I think that'll collectively help everybody.
Yeah, perfect.
Danielle, how can people reach out to you? You have your social media links?
Yeah, I have all of my social medias are under Danielle Martins official. Danielle with double L with E at the end, official with double F. But it's not difficult.
Yeah.
It's simpler than it seems.
You know what? Actually, Danielle, what they should do is go to Amazon, buy our book, and then you can see how her name is written.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. And again, I can never talk so much. I wish I had it here with me, because I would be rereading it again for the third time. No, it'd be the fourth time. Because there is some good things in there, and I like that. So
yeah.
Thank you.
Your social media links.
Mine is KaterinaCozias.com across all social media. So again, Katerina Cozias on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Same as Danielle, we're running under our own personal names and our personal branding. And we would love nothing more than for you to share in some of the wisdom that we've had to learn, and really want you to hear. So if you've got kids, friends, if you're just looking for some, some summer reading, please, jump over to Amazon, check it out. If we can be of service to you with, the wisdom that we share, that would be awesome. And just in closing, I wish for everybody to have, a good day. I wish for everyone's day to get better and better and better.
Hey, and I'm going to end with that. So for me, it's Brian Sebastian, Movie Reviews and More. I want to thank Katerina. I want to thank Danielle. But also, please go out and support books. Books are a great thing to read right now, while we have a little bit of time, even for summer reading. One of the best things to do in the summer is to be on the beach reading a book, or camping and reading a book, right? So you got to read. I've read it 4 times. So again, go in and support that. All right, so Movie Reviews and More and LA After 40. We will see you next week. And if you see someone without a smile, please give them one of yours, because everyone needs one.